There is a specific kind of panic happening right now in the headquarters of Red, Arri, and Blackmagic. For decades, the cinema world was a walled garden, an elite club where you needed a $50,000 rig just to get a seat at the table. Then a few years ago, Sony threw a grenade into that garden. They called it the FX3. It was small, it was rugged, and it produced images that ended up on the big screen in films like The Creator. It proved that you didn't need a massive crew to make a masterpiece. But today, the game is changing again. The shadows of the industry are buzzing with one name: the Sony FX3 Mark II. This isn't just an incremental update. This isn't about adding a few more megapixels or a slightly faster menu. The FX3 II is Sony's attempt to consolidate their absolute dominance over the filmmaking world. We are talking about a camera that is rumored to bridge the gap between the prosumer and the Venice II. A camera that costs as much as a luxury SUV. If the leaks are even half true, the FX3 II is about to make every other mid-range cinema camera look like a toy. We are standing at the edge of a new era in digital cinematography, and if you aren't paying attention, you're going to get left behind in the grain. Let's talk about the sensor, because that is where the soul of this machine lives. The original FX3 was a low-light beast, but it was capped at 4K. The FX3 II is rumored to feature a brand new 12.2 megapixel full-frame stacked CMOS sensor, but with a twist: global shutter-like performance without the light loss penalty. Imagine shooting a high-speed car chase or a chaotic handheld action sequence with zero, and I mean zero, rolling shutter distortion. No more bending buildings, no more jello propellers. Just pure, organic motion that feels like 35mm film. This is the holy grail for indie filmmakers in the US who can't afford a massive grip team to stabilize every shot. But the real mic drop moment? Internal ND filters. For years, engineers said it was impossible to fit an electronic variable ND system into a body this small. They said the physics didn't work. But Sony has never been one to listen to impossible. Leaks suggest a revolutionary, ultra-thin electronic variable ND end system has been squeezed into the FX3 II. This changes everything. It means you can keep your aperture wide open at f/1.2 in the middle of a high noon desert sun without fumbling with screw-on filters or bulky matte boxes. It means you can maintain your shallow depth of field and your 180-degree shutter rule perfectly, instantly, at the touch of a button. This one feature alone makes the FX3 II the most versatile documentary tool ever created. Now let's talk about the brain. The FX3 II is powered by the Bionz XR2, a processor with enough horsepower to handle 4K at 240 frames per second. Yes, you heard that right. 240 frames per second in 4K with full autofocus. We are moving into the realm of ultra-slow motion that was previously reserved for dedicated high-speed cameras like the Phantom. Imagine capturing a splash of water, a flickering flame, or a professional athlete's movement with that level of clarity and detail, all on a camera that fits in your hand. And because it's Sony, that slow motion isn't just usable. It's 10-bit 4:2:2, color-matched perfectly to the S-Cinetone color science that has become the industry standard. For the colorists and the tech heads, the FX3 II